Hi everyone. Well, I'm here to put out a couple messages. I've one of them I ran into, someone speaking about it, and that's the first message. And I wrote this. I don't know. Let me look at around the first. But anyway, I'm hoping this is going to be short. But I want to, put out, think before you do anything, like stupid. It's like all of us, and when I say that, those ones know who I'm speaking about. We speak the truth to wake others up about the ones that we speak about that do stupid stuff. Really, don't you get sick of, hearing the same warnings? God's going to do whatever He wants to do. But because we are in we only give out love, peace. My body is only filled with love, and theirs are too. But what I'm trying to say is, it's our job to give out guidance, to help people. It's up to them to, take it or not. But I do know the good ones that are out there that we're helping, it might not faze them at the moment, but we know deep down they're actually thinking about it, of what was put out. And little by little, God or their angels, loved ones, the divine, are guiding them. But when we do things over and over again to warn all of you who's doing all this, we're giving you the warning because we only have love in our hearts. And I guess we're trying to save yous also, to make you think about it. I'm not going to say how many times I know God and my spiritual team and his. Told yous. Warned yous. And I also said that it's out of my hands. Because I have better things to do. You know, to wait around. Oh, I wonder what they're going to do today. Or whatever. Or whenever. No, I don't need to, because I already know when you're coming. Oh, and last night and the other ones, you know, every time. I never had so much fun in the spirit. Coming against you. That was fun. It was a nice workout. But anyway, I got to get these messages out. When I heard about this, I was told to bring this up again. It's about this woman. And it's not only her, it's about the others that, you know, I mentioned in my other videos or post. This child was 2. And he went to daycare. And when, you know, the mother picked him up, he was always dressed up in girls' clothes. See, what I get is like brief, you know, she thought it was cute. Didn't think anything about it. And, you know, he had a little bit older sister, and he wanted to, you know, play dress up with her. Okay, that's fine. But since this boy was 2, the parents considered him as trans. Okay. But they wanted to, you know, make sure. So they enrolled him to play t-ball. Well, he didn't want to play. So they took it from that. Most kids don't like to play t-ball. So how can you, you know, decide by that? I mean, they considered him as trans at 2, but took him to put a t-ball I guess at 4 or whatever. I mean, I've said it before. One, you can't base it on that, first of all. I mean, if a child wants to be, when they, get older and realize or whatever, that's fine. I mean, I don't know, because truthfully, once I heard all that and the reason that it was based on, I really didn't want to listen anymore. And like I said, what they based it on, I don't know. It disappeared. I couldn't get back into it. Like I lost connection or something. What that other parent did and what others are doing, I'm afraid of that child. I hope they don't consider, especially at a young age like that, of running out and getting the operation or whatever. I mean, really, I hope not. I really don't know what's going on today, how people think today. I'm blessed. I'm thanking God that when I was younger and all that my parents didn't think, oh wow, I think we better, consider the operation and blah, blah, blah for, myself, me. Because, when I was little, up until my teens, maybe little after that, I would jump out of windows, climb trees. I played football. I played baseball. Not softball, baseball. My dad taught me boxing. We called that being a tomboy. Even though that I acted like a tomboy, I knew when and how to be a lady at the same time. I mean, come on, people. And that, well, with this phrase, they wanted me to say, does anyone know what being a parent is? I mean, obviously, I know a lot of people do know. I'm talking about, the ones that do stupid stuff like this and what I'm about to speak about. It's like, again, repeating the past. You know, as a parent, friend, you know, family members, friends, and, you know, spouses, etc., etc. We're supposed to protect each other and support each other. But when you get mixed up in, you know, doing magic, especially when you don't know anything about it, but because, you know, you saw it and, you know, you wanted to do it, you got interested in it. I mean, that's also like if you do crime or whatever, you know, don't you think that it will affect your children or family or whoever's around you? You know, people will think that that's normal, especially your kids. You know, like if your kids know that you do magic or whatever you do, don't you think that eventually they're going to start getting interested in it? And then they might come up against, you know, in their path and not researching about what can happen, you know, and all the child will say is, well, you do it, you never got caught, you know, nothing ever happened, etc., blah blah blah, whatever. You get what I mean. You know, you did it going in blindly. And when you find out what can happen, you never told them. This way they never did it. You know, unless they were trained and did it for a good way, which is, you know, setting intentions out to help people. You know, and, you know, everyone always don't think, well, I'm not saying everyone, the ones who do it, and some skeptics, that it's not going to be returned. You might not feel it, you might not realize it, because it's getting returned little by little until Well, I say until God puts you in front of someone to stop you. And when you start harming people, doing death spells, beauty spells, etc., and all that, harming other people's kids with it, going into spirit, thinking that nobody will see us. Well, that is a lie. God and spiritual teams see everything. You cannot hide. Especially if you do bad. Doesn't matter what spell you do to cloak yourselves, whatever. To you and to other bad ones or whatever, it looks like you're hidden. And especially if you know all this and was warned. The thing is, it gets returned immediately. But also, with that warning, told to stop, you're also warned and told, even when you do it in spirit, even though that it gets returned to you immediately, who it will affect also. And all of you were told, your family, especially your children, who, again, is innocent. Now, it depends on how old they are. If they know, the right, and just want to do it, oh, it's not going to do anything. We got away with it all this time, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't only affect your children and your family. Whoever you got involved, it will affect their family, their children, Now you have all these people and all these families, etc., all involved. And ruined them. Especially if, they don't know any better and you didn't tell them and they're just starting out or whatever. But I'm talking about the ones that knew. Well, that's a different story, You have to, whatever God does. When you do death spells or whatever. Don't you think that I said it in my other videos? Whatever you do, like in my case, I know what you did, especially last night. And what you did never mind. Okay. When you do death spells, don't you think that it will come back to you? But the thing is, when you can't beat that person who you're told not to mess with, don't you think if you did it to others, what you did to that person that you're told not to mess with will go back to you? Plus, what you did to others. I don't know how many times I have to say that. And it affects, again, all the ones you got involved, your family, your children, and whatever. And even before I had my YouTube, I always said, you never and you do not mess with God and his warriors, the universe or the divine. You never mess with them, especially God's children. So, again, I will say, I'm not going to go anywhere. And again, I'm God's child. And what I put out is the truth with love and peace, and to help others. But that's not only my job. See, I got tired of being sad, watching all these innocent, children that get involved with repeats and a whole baggage of karma that is attached to them because of, from generations of parents, whatever. I also put a video out how you can help yourselves. Thing is, I will protect all these innocent children, and God will know. Like I said, if they can be saved and not repeat, they'll be saved. Because what isn't fair is you thought you got away with doing crap. Whatever you did, I really don't care. You know what you did. But you know that it was wrong. But you did whatever you wanted. I mean, you chose the wrong path, but you got to do what you wanted in life. You know, whether you got married or whatever, you had kids or whatever. You got to do all that. But you never put your, other people's shoes on, whatever how the saying goes. Especially your kids. And for the ones, doesn't matter how old you are, that never got a chance to do any of that. Go here, go there, whatever. Again, it's no one's fault. That you want to continue to be in that state of mind. Maybe if you, sat back or whatever and watched and learned. And I don't mean copying or being someone. You can't be someone else. You just can't. You have to be you, the real you. You just can't, block somebody or trying to do all kinds of crap, turning people in, doing whatever, changing things, which I won't mention. But eventually it will all come out. I mean, I'm technically supposed to be doing something else because, like I said, I don't wait for anything. I do things, to get things done. always did things on my own. Was it my choice? No. With some, again, won't say, you know, you don't do things on your own. You know, and to bring up, you know, you wanted to, you know, attach yourselves to my energy, be like me, whatever. I'm sorry. One, you can never do that, because I change constantly. I do it on purpose. And God will make sure that nobody can attach themselves or know what I'm doing. If I want someone to know what I'm doing, I will say it. As we all say, my life is an open book. But one thing, it's all blank pages. Until we let others know about it, you know, what we're doing or whatever. I knew since I was little that people copied off of each other. But I didn't know about magic, that you could actually, you know, whatever. And if you had that chance, or, you know, to be like me, you wouldn't be able to handle it. Until my DM comes, you know, then I will have help. But I'm going to ask you, dude, I'm not saying all of you, do you know what a screwdriver looks like? Do you know what spackle is? Do you know what sheetrock is? Probably not. You see, I had to learn all that. Because, I mean, I knew they were doing it wrong, but again, no one believed me. As my father says, you do it half-ass. You know, when we got people to work on something, it was half-ass. That we had to fix later. I mean, you know, you probably wouldn't know how to do any of that. And take care of a lot, you know, others. So, all I can say is stay out of people's business and start worrying about yours. That's all I can say. But again, oh, okay. All right. I have to go get someone something. So, if it resonates, it resonates. You know, I hope it helps someone. And always remember, you know, spread love and light, peace, and etc. You know, if you see somebody down or something like that, give a smile, say hello, maybe it will cheer them up. But anyway, no, get away from that. No, come here. All right, I gotta go. Have a good night or day. Thanks. Ciao.